Well, what is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you guys an interesting video. And in this one, I am going to tell you guys, get ready to not play Mass Effect 5, and not only get ready not to play Mass Effect 5, but also get ready for BioWare to pretty much go bankrupt. So, I would say this will probably be the last good Mass Effect trilogy game that will ever come out. I did love Andromeda. I still love Andromeda. But with the news that I have heard about the writer for Veilguard and being upset that Trump won and how they don't like conservatives and all this other identity politic bullshit and everything else. And also in the gaming sphere, there's a lot of fires that are going on in Kotaku, as well as other gaming industries and journals and all that other kind of stuff as well. And you can thank diversity hires and, you know, all these LGBTQ plus IA people and everything else who want to sit there and act as if they have no rights or no voice or no nothing, when in all actuality, the ones who have not had any voice, quite literally, and had quite a bit of their rights not taken but definitely minimized and silenced a lot of the time, which was anyone who had a dissenting view or opinion when it came to transsexuals, gays, and liberals, and all that other kind of stuff. And, well, BioWare, good job for DIing the crap out of yourselves and killing your gaming industry, because you can guarantee, with the flop and fail that Veilguard was, with the forcible you having to choose to be a transsexual character, you have literally lost 90% of your fan base. No one is going to go back and play any game that you guys come out with now, at all. Like, you'll get some sales. You'll get a few people who probably be stupid enough, who probably ain't paying attention too much of what's going on. But if they're anyone like me who got into playing Mass Effect thanks to Dragon Age, they're not going to be playing Mass Effect at all. And quite literally, when I tell people that I am trying to force myself to play Veilguard, I'm not even kidding. Now, granted, they have added some cool looking stuff in there. Graphically, it doesn't look bad, but it's not a Dragon Age game. And that right there, considering a journo or one of the writers for it sat there and said, "Oh, this is the darkest Dragon Age game that's ever existed." No, it's not. No, it's not. Unless you want to compare it to conservatives having to deal with watching their character that they created, that's supposed to be based around them, having to become a transsexual. That right there, that's a nightmare. That's pretty dark. That's kind of messed up. That'd be like, you know, I don't know, forcing a transsexual person or a gay person to be straight. And you can't sit there and go, "Oh, well, back in the 90s, guess what? Yeah." But at the same time, no games really had any kind of romance system until Dragon Age and until Mass Effect. Okay? And when Dragon Age and Mass Effect did that, guess what they did? They added the availability to romance people of the same sex. Now, granted, they're very choosy on which ones. Same like any other game, which is no problem by me. But you cannot sit there and say, as we progress, things got better. Now, we are degressing, and all these people who felt like they were getting picked on in junior high, high school, and college and shit because of the way they are, instead of, you know, gaining a backbone or anything else like that, they decided, "Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to ruin these games and these game companies." So, Electronic Arts, BioWare, enjoy the next few years that you have, because you might want to start saving some money, putting some stuff away and everything else, because Mass Effect 5, doomed, done, no one's gonna buy it. You literally showed the fan base how you feel about them. You quite literally showed everybody who's either dead center, slightly right, or right, don't matter to you. And this is the problem. You are a company who's trying to make a profit. How are you going to make a profit if you're going to alienate 90% of the fan base who play your game? And the funny thing is that 90% would be totally fine with you adding, like, you know, certain aspects to the game, but not shove things down our throats or force us to be something or someone we don't want to be. And guess what? That is what that Mass Effect, that Dragon Age writer did. And then that Dragon Age writer, as soon as Trump won, started retweeting a whole bunch of stuff. Very unhappy. Very, very unhappy. And now, finding out that that same person who literally ruined Veilguard is now also one of the head writers for Mass Effect 5. Well, we've already seen what happened with Veilguard. We now know what's going to happen with Mass Effect. So anybody who was on the fence of buying Veilguard and now saw how sucky it was isn't even going to bother with Mass Effect. So thumbs up to you, Mass Effect. Thumbs up to you, Veilguard. Thumbs up to you, BioWare, for killing your company. Because that's what you did. You literally did that. And now, granted, eventually, now maybe if they're smart, they'll make a little bit more money before, you know, Mass Effect 5 comes out, because it's probably not going to come out for another couple years. They will probably work on this game for several years, if they haven't already. But they're going to probably either reboot Anthem, because I did a little video on that with the possibility of rebooting Anthem under the BioWare and, you know, Electronic Arts title and all that. That'll make them a little bit of money, keep them afloat, and probably help them bring in, bolster more numbers to add funds to, you know, Mass Effect 5. Do the same thing with maybe remastering Dragon Age 1 and 2 and bringing those to the newer consoles like, you know, PS5 and Xbox and all that, right? That will make them a chunk of change too, keep them afloat a little bit, add that funds to, you know, Mass Effect 5. And then they're going to sit there, release Mass Effect 5 for like millions of dollars, like, you know, how much they spent to develop and make the game, and then they're probably not going to sell very many copies. They're probably going to sell 100,000, and that's lowballing it. And what I mean by sell, as in sold and kept sold, as in they did not have returns like Veilguard had. Veilguard had nowhere near the projected amount of numbers of sales that they were expecting, and then the amount of returns that they wanted, physical copy and digital. It's bad. And the only people that are to blame for this are the writers that BioWare hired to do their DI fucking shit. So, good job, guys. Good job. So, anyone who's a Mass Effect fan, just play the Legendary Edition. You know what I mean? At least we got this, right? This was probably one of the last really good things that we're gonna get from BioWare ever the fuck again, until they're like, well, literally they're gone. Like, in this generation of woke identity politics and how failed Disney has been and how failed everything else of woke identity politics has been, what has been making these people think this is a good idea to keep pushing this agenda? What, do they think, oh, we're just keep brainwashing people and we're gonna like turn them into these people and then we're just gonna slowly get more people? Really? Is that your concept and idea? Because if so, it's not working. You're just pissing people off. But that's it for the video, guys. Mass Effect 5 is doomed. It's cooked. It's not gonna... They might even not even bother to work on it at this point. I mean, they already suggested that it's probably not gonna be another Dragon Age, which literally should tell you what? BioWare's gonna go bankrupt, or they're just dipping out and they're gonna take the money and run. Right? They're gonna probably release one more game, the Mass Effect game. If that, they're probably gonna try to make as much money as possible and then fucking liquidate the business, separate, go their own ways, do whatever, maybe create a new company and be like, oh hey, we're BioWare, but we're this now. No. But that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Good job, BioWare, on, you know, completely ruining 20 plus years of great gaming history. Later, guys.